Success can change a man, but sometimes it changes his heart first. When Obinna left the village for Lagos, he carried only dreams, struggle, and the promise of a better tomorrow. And far away in the quiet village, Akuna waited believing love would bring him back to her. But the city has its own light, its own temptations, and its own secrets. Tonight, a new chapter begins. One that will test loyalty, awaken desire, and slowly lead two hearts toward the truth. Neither of them is ready to face. This is episode 2. When Obinna first arrived in Lagos, life was not soft, and nothing came easy. He stayed with his friend Chike, in a small apartment where survival was the only plan. Money was tight, dreams were big, and every morning felt like a battle. Obinna entered the car business with nothing. He did not own a single car. Instead, he searched for people who wanted to sell theirs, then looked for buyers, earning only small commission from each deal. Under the hot Lagos sun, he walked from street to street, talking, persuading, negotiating. Days became months. Months became 3 long years. Slowly, painfully, his effort began to speak. First, he could afford one fairly used car. Then 2. Then more. Until one day, Obinna stood inside a small dealership space of his own, with several cars parked under his name. For the first time in his life, he felt like a man who was becoming something. Life starts looking good. After years of struggle, he moved out of Chike's place and rented a well-furnished 1-bedroom apartment in Lekki. He now had steady money, his own car, growing confidence. And through all this time, Akuna was still in the village. They still talked. They still cared. He still sent her money sometimes. 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, depending on how business went. Not much, but she never complained, because she believed in his future. Friends began to pull him out. But Lagos has a way of changing people slowly. His friends started telling him, "Obinna, you're doing well now. Why is your social life dry? Come out, enjoy yourself." At first, he refused. Then one night he followed them to a house party. He was quiet, just watching, trying to understand this new world. They went out again and again. Little by little he began to get used to it. On one night at a birthday lounge, they played Truth or Dare. Laughter filled the room. Music played softly in the background. People shouted, teased, and dared each other. That was where he noticed a girl named Sharon. After the game, they exchanged numbers. They went out once, then twice, not dating, not strangers, just somewhere in between, a situationship. But something inside him felt wrong. Every time he spoke to Akuna on the phone, guilt sat quietly in his chest. So before it went too far, he ended it. For a moment, his heart returned to the village. But Lagos was not done with him. The one night, he went to a club with his friends. The music was loud. Lights flashed across the room. People danced, laughed, drank. Then suddenly, 3 girls walked in. And in the middle of them was Valerie. Tall, fair-skinned, perfect figure, flat stomach, confident beauty that turned heads without trying. Obinna stopped hearing the music. His eyes stayed on her. She and her friends sat at a table, ordered drinks, brought shisha, laughing and dancing freely. Obinna could not look away. Finally, he called a bartender. "Send drinks to that table." The drinks arrived. The bartender pointed toward him. Valerie looked up, smiled and waved. He waved back. Before the night ended, he walked to her table, spoke with her and collected her number. That moment quietly changed everything. A week later, they went on a proper dinner date. They talked, laughed, enjoyed each other's company. He drove her home, then another outing, then a picnic, then movie nights at his apartment. Soon they were no longer just friends. They were together. Valerie began coming to his house often, cooking for him, watching movies with him, sleeping beside him, and Obinna loved how she made him feel. He loved her beauty, her confidence, how people looked at them outside, the pride of being seen with her. Valerie was high maintenance, perfect hair, flawless nails, glowing skin, always looking beautiful, and Obinna spent money to maintain that beauty. He even invested in her hair business. Meanwhile, in the village, Akuna still received only small money. Nothing close to what he spent in Lagos. But she remained patient, loyal, hopeful, because she believed love was still coming back for her. After many months, Obinna visited the village. Akuna welcomed him with pure happiness. They ate at a local spot, walked to the stream, spent beautiful time together, and one night they became close again. Before leaving, he promised, "Next time I come I will marry you." She believed him completely. Back in Lagos, his relationship with Valerie reached 1 year. To celebrate, they traveled to Zanzibar, beaches, swimming turtles, horse riding, luxury hotels, romantic moments. They were lost in enjoyment. Meanwhile, back in the village, Akuna discovered something shocking. She was pregnant. She called Obinna again and again, but his line did not go through. Days passed, then weeks. Fear grew in her heart. The journey to Lagos with the little money she had, Akuna traveled to Lagos herself. Long journey, heavy traffic, confusing roads. Finally, she reached his estate gate in Lekki, but the security stopped her. She begged. Her voice shook. Then suddenly a car drove toward the gate. She looked closely. It was Obinna. Relief filled her face. She ran toward the car, ready to hug him, until she saw a woman sitting beside him. It was Valerie. Akuna froze. Her heart stopped. Her world cracked silently. And in that painful silence, the truth finally stood in front of her.